Okay, so we've discussed this concept of a pelvic clock on your seat while you're sitting at a desk or in a car. And we've talked about the actions of your pelvis driving your upper body to bring you into a place where you're more upright, sitting upright and balancing the weight of your carriage of yourself on top of your bone structure, using less of your muscles, using your body more efficiently while you're doing your daily activities and work. And I just wanted to add some options in that, providing that you don't have any disc degeneration or chronic back pain, if you are concerned about any kind of discomfort that you have in any of these lessons interfering with your comfort level, then I would highly recommend that you consult a Feldenkrais practitioner, consult a registered massage therapist, somebody who's doing some kind of manual therapy that can give you some advice. Even your medical physician could give you an idea as to whether or not it would be a good idea to do this, to try this at work or in front of while you're sitting. But in the event that you're just more or less sensing that you've got some tightness or that you have some habits with your sitting that you'd like to improve, and that you notice that you tend to shift your weight into one side of your seat. Sometimes over time you can even find that the foam will wear out more on one side of your cushion in your car seat or at work in your chair. So if you are noticing that, what you can do is you can take up a small rolled towel like this, and you can just shift it underneath your pelvis on one side, which changes the center of this clock that we've been talking about and brings your center of gravity into a different place. And by doing that, then you can continue your work, and your body will start to adapt and shift to that, and your nervous system will wake up to the fact that something else is going on. There's some more feedback or input into your musculoskeletal system that is telling you to change, maybe adjust yourself, move around, just sense, feel, and make some minor changes to feel more comfortable while you're sitting like that. And then from there, you can maybe do that for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you like it, you can leave it in for longer. If you're sitting in front of a desk in front of a computer for 7 or 8 hours a day, you have plenty of time. And then just take it out and do your clock again and see if that orientation to shifting down into that side, say for example, allowed you to be more stable or allowed you to be more upright on that side of your body. And likewise, if this was happening on your other side of your chair or with yourself, you could equally try it on the other side and just bring some balance. Now right away I can tell that feels different on this side than it does. I've just shifted this towel just right underneath that sit bone where my weight is in the chair, and I can still make this clock. But of course the clock's a little bit different now. So that's one way to modify this pelvic clock activity in your chair, and you can easily roll up a towel and tuck it in your purse or take it in your backpack to work, or have it near your desk at home. Now I've got just like a bean bag here. It's very lightweight, and it's quite a small circle, not even maybe 5 inches in diameter. And you could actually use even a sock, like a large ski sock or something, 2 socks, kind of make them into a bit of a round surface, sort of a small, but you could use something like that to actually sit on. Now that would be a very tiny clock, and if you're having trouble with this concept, you might just want to do that because that allows the outside of your pelvis beyond that circle to kind of really get a sense of what it's like to feel those numbers of that clock. And all the while you want to pay attention to the fact that you've got some sense of what's underneath you as well, your feet on the floor. Now, all these movements are quite dynamic that I'm showing you, but eventually you want to be able to settle to a place where you feel as though you're really solid on the chair, and that you could just virtually sit for a very long period of time, even if your head was a little bit forward, that you know the rest of you is sitting up fairly tall. So I'll talk a little bit more about the curvatures of the spine. The curvatures in your spine are there to give you some movement and allow movement, but also allow your alignment to happen with the force of gravity upon you. So this lumbar curve, you do want a little bit of an inward curve here, an outward curve in your thoracic spine, and another inward curve in your neck. You don't want to have your neck too short back like this. You don't necessarily want to have too flat of a thoracic curve, and you don't necessarily want to be too arched in your lower back. Everyone's different, like I said. Everyone's body is, some people have less curvature, some people have more. The curves are there to take compressive forces in your body, and so they're there to help distribute, you know, the weight and the feeling of, combat the feeling of gravity in your body. So I hope that this lesson has been helpful, and I would really highly recommend you try it. I'd also recommend that if you do have any trouble, or you're seeking to get some results because you do have to, your career is oriented to a desk type job, that you in fact maybe seek out the services of a Feldenkrais practitioner to really hone in what your habits are relative to some of the tension or some of any of the musculoskeletal difficulties that you're experiencing at this point, and to give you a bit of insurance against having a very mobile spine, very fluid movement, and to help you with a lot of your movement things in daily activities and exercise and any of your performance related activities as well. So thanks for listening. Once again, I'm Roxanne Dirksen, owner of VV Therapy, and I'm a Guild certified Feldenkrais practitioner and a registered massage therapist.